This is Matt with Let's Talk Music. I'm here with Kyle Bolduc out of, with Lydia Can't Breathe. And you're from where?
Melbourne, Florida is where we
Melbourne.
reside right now, I guess. It's
Hmm.
like Orlando area.
Right, right. Nice. Well, you ain't too far from, oh, uh, dude from Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. They're up north. I want to say they're like 2.5 hours north or something up here. I'm pretty
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So, how's the weather down in Florida today?
Oh, dude, it's hot as shit. Like it's still hot right now, and it's 9:30 at night. Like you know what I mean? Like it's still like 80 or like it's probably like 90 degrees right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, we had a couple of 90-degree days recently that were just blistering. I mean, today wasn't too bad. It was like 87. So, like I said, I'm out of Columbus, Ohio. So,
Nice.
about 1,300
That,
miles from you.
yeah, I got family up there actually. Are you like right by the Alrosa and stuff, or where you what
Not
part?
far from it.
Okay.
But they actually tore the Alrosa down, unfortunately.
Did they?
Yes, Rick Catella, the owner, sold it, and they ended up they're building apartments there.
That's terrible. That's
Yeah,
how
it
it's
broke a lot
going
of people's
everywhere.
hearts.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to play there before they shut it down.
Awesome. When did you guys play there?
Oh man, it was like with Mushroom Head in like 2013 or something like that. But it was one of the coolest shows I played. Like, you know what I mean? It was super slammed because Mushroom Head, you already know, like Ohio, you know what I mean? Especially back in the day, they used to just pack house. So it was like we opened up the show or something. We were on tour with them. And I just remember, you know what I mean, it being nostalgic because of the reasons I won't speak of, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
basically I was just like, oh, this is, you know what I mean? This is a cool venue. Like, you know what I mean? It was pretty cool. And then my aunt lives there. So I think we played there maybe one other time or something like that. I can't remember, but I remember the show with Mushroom Head was like sold out. It was a good night for sure.
Awesome. So let's talk about the name of the band, Lydia Can't Breathe.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
It actually, I was hanging out with my old guitar player. We lived in an apartment together and we had like a week to think of the show. So basically, we were like, oh, dude, we got to think of a band name. We got a show like next week. Someone like added us to the show. We weren't even like on the flyer. So, you know what I mean? We just had to like say something when we got on stage of who we were. And we started watching movies and eating mushrooms to try to like get creative, you know, with the idea or whatever. And
Right.
we ended up watching Beetlejuice. And Winona Ryder's character is Lydia,
Right.
and she's like the outcast of society. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I was like, dude, we'll call it Lydia. Like, you know what I mean? And then we watched it like a little longer, probably like we're tripping harder or whatever. And then my buddy started being like, yo, I can't breathe. Like, I can't breathe, dude. Like, he was like freaking out. You know what I mean? And then I was like, nah, dude. I was like, Lydia can't breathe. And that was like, we just stuck with the name. We were like, wrote it out. And that was like 2009 or something before we, you know what I mean? It was so long ago. So, yeah, it's kind of funny play on words.
That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of funny because like I have my youngest son, his name is Kyle, and I
Nice.
actually dated a girl way back when. Her name was Lydia, and then we've always remained friends. And she she's a photographer now and did the photos at my wedding with me and my wife. So
Nice.
little, you know,
This was meant to be. I feel that, man. Like,
right, a
you
little
know,
in common there.
I always, yeah, I'm like, so, you know what I mean? I'm the way of the universe. You know what I mean? I always
Right.
think that for sure.
So Electric Powder, the new single.
Yeah.
Got a hell of a jam to it. I was really digging it, and the second verse before you get right to the chorus where the guitars are just going a double kick and everything. I mean, you know,
Yeah. Pick there. Yeah.
right? Yeah, it is pretty good jam. Give me some insight on that.
Basically, I mean, I play as well. I used to play guitar in the band, but now I pretty much just record, you know what I mean, with them, and then I just sing live. But that's one of the tracks where I actually had come up with the riff. Um, and I wrote it with my old guitar teacher, Paul Chapman. He's from the UFOs. He passed away in 2020, actually on his birthday. It was crazy.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I took lessons from him when I was like 12, you know what I mean, until I was like 20. And then even after that, I would always go and hang out with him for like, you know what I mean? It would just be like, hey man, you want to get together? And he would always help me with writing. He would show me his riffs. You know what I mean? I would sing over, certain stuff that he had because he knew I was a singer. You know what I mean? And we was just like you know what I mean? I don't know, like a uncle or something. You know what I mean? Like he was really close. And that's the last song that we actually, wrote together. I came up with the riff, sprung it to him, and he was like, hey, you change this, do this. You know what I mean? I'd bring it back to him. And then he had told me a story. He used to be like a storyteller, like during, you know what I mean? He'd always have a good story about like him and Ozzy Osbourne or something like that. Yeah, during the lessons. And he told me a story one time about this band that got famous. They were over in like England or somewhere over there, and they were driving through like the channels. You know how it's like close together or something like there, but you can be like, the laws are different and all that. So there was like a drug or something that was over on one side, and it was called electric powder, and they said it was like created by electricity by accident or something. And I'm just like, all right, whatever, like, you know what I mean? And apparently the guys borrowed the one guy's boat, the dad's boat or something, drove over to, the English Channel or whatever, picked it up, drove back to where they were. And then they sold a bunch of it and got a bunch of money. And then they used that money to record. I want to believe to say it was with like the same guy that did the Beatles. It was like George Martin or somebody that helped the Beatles. And they saved up enough money to where they like they recorded the demo and then showed him, and then he was like willing to record them or something like that, and they got signed, and that was like their big start and all that. And I was just like, dude, that was such a good story. And it just like I felt like I had to write a story that Paul had told me for the song, because it was the last song we kind of like vibed together before he passed away. So that's how it came to play.
That's awesome, man. I mean, it's a tragedy that your friend passed away, and my condolences. But like I said, that is a cool ass story.
Yeah, definitely.
And to honor him that way, I think he'd probably be smiling down on you.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, and he was a go-getter, dude. Like he was a partier too. Like, you know what I mean? He'd be like, hey man, they made a cool video. He was all English, you know what I mean? Like he was just like super funny, dude. Like just a good person for sure.
Awesome. So you guys are out on it's called Warning Summer Tour with special guests Ignite the Fire and the Other LA.
Yep. Yeah. It starts in July.
Right.
It's more like, I like to call it a tour, like a month or two type thing. So it's more of like just a run. We were going to play Rock Fest. So we got booked for that. And we're like, well, we live in Florida. We can't just drive, you know what I mean, to Wisconsin and then drive back. It's not even going to be worth the money. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be like a loss. So we had our booking agent, book us, up there and back, you know what I mean? And then, I believe he works with the other two bands, and I've met Ignite the Fire. We played some shows with them. They're super cool. Like they just started playing, you know what I mean? Like not just started playing, but started like doing the like tour thing and stuff.
Right.
It was cool to have them come out with us, you know what I mean? And then the other LA, I think, tours all the time, and their booking agent is our booking agent. So that, you know what I mean? They just intertwine us all. So
okay. Yeah, because it looks like July 20th, you're going to be at the Maple Grove Tavern in Maple Heights, Ohio.
Yep. Yeah.
That is about an hour and a half from here, something like that.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know, to be honest. Like I'd have to look at it. I suck at all that. Like my drummer and then whoever's like, getting us to where we got to go. Usually it's just like, yo, it's like an 8-hour drive. And I'm like, all right. Even if I drive sometimes anyway, but I'm never the one like navigating it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy.
So, I mean, being down there in Florida, you guys play a lot of shows around there?
Not so much. I mean, not any more than anywhere else. Like our rule of thumb is like 2 to 3 times a year for every market. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I feel like if you play more than that, you're kind of like oversaturating yourself.
Right.
Uh, you know what I mean? Think about like I mean, Metallica will only play like once every 2 years, or you know what I mean? It's like I feel like people appreciate the show more, and you can give them a different show if you keep looping around on the same tour and you're playing the same songs, unless they're following the whole tour.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? People probably want to see a different show every time. That's my perspective, anyway.
Well, I tell you, this a new place here in Columbus. It's we had talked about the Alrosa.
Yeah.
This place is called King of Clubs, which is not far at all from where the Alrosa used to be.
Okay.
I'd say maybe 5 minutes. Um,
Okay. And
it
that's where they're
used,
doing everything. What capacity is it though?
uh, I've heard 1,500.
Damn. Okay. That's cool then. You could have
Um,
some.
and it used to be a nightclub. For the longest time, it was called. If you know where the Alrosa is, I'm sure you've heard of the Continent.
Okay.
That's a big area up just not far where that's at. It used to be popular as could be, had stores and everything. Anyways, there was this club called Yucatan Liquor Stand, and it lasted for quite a few years. Went under. The building had been untouched. All of a sudden, we start hearing all this stuff about this King Clubs, King Clubs, King Clubs. Man, I'm telling you what, awesome venue, awesome people. I've done a couple live interviews there. Very accommodating to, you know, I wouldn't call myself press, but let's just say press, artists, just a great place. Can't say enough about it as far as small venues. Um, so if you guys ever get a chance, man, hit that place up. I've talked to guys and the acoustics are good, everything. I mean, it's a nice place to play.
Nice. Yeah. I'll definitely tell our guy to check it out or whatever. But yeah, I'd be stoked. I like that area. I got family in the area, so every time I come, I get to see usually my cousins and my aunt and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, it's like a 5 minutes, if that, from where the Alrosa used to be. So
Yeah, it's all right there.
yeah, I mean, they've actually, I mean, they've booked quite a bit of, I would say, independent artists. You know what I mean? Like you guys, like a lot of the bands I do, which is really cool. They actually just, the concert I just went to last Wednesday was Saliva, Otherwise, and Ninth Planet Out. Had
Yep.
a get,
Yeah, I seen that tour going around. Yeah.
yeah, had a guaranteed interview with Saliva and ended up getting one with Otherwise and Ninth Planet Out too. So it was a great night.
Nice.
But great show. I mean, like I said, great places to go to. And then I seen that they actually booked Lacuna Coil and Butcher Babies
Nice.
in the
Yeah.
fall. So man, I'm gonna try to get in on that one
Yeah,
because
that'll be slamming too. Yeah.
yeah, I love them bands. So like speaking of bands, I mean, what kind of music? And I don't want to say influences you. Just what kind of music do you when you're not jamming your own stuff? What kind do you listen to?
I never listen to our stuff, honestly, unless we're like recording it. But I do listen to. I'm like an old head. Like I like Slipknot actually a lot, even though they're like total the big dogs now. They're like the Metallica of our area. But
Oh
I
yeah,
go back and listen to like the Sticks. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'll be putting that on. I'll be vibing that and like the Beatles. And then sometimes I'll be listening to like Bruno Mars. A lot of this stuff. What's the one band? I listen to Attila. I think he's funny. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? He's pretty crazy and funny. Um, who else have I been listening to? There's the one band I know I've been listening to Event Horizon a lot lately, just to kind of like get into them. I was never really into them, but trying to like study what they do and stuff. I
Right.
think that they're doing really good. They sound good. And there's one more band. It's the singer for Attack Attack. What is it, Beartooth or something like that? I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Beartooth is pretty good. I've been listening to a lot of them actually.
Yeah, they're from here.
Okay, yeah, that dude's riding, dude. That's the Attack Attack singer too, right? Isn't it the same?
I'm not sure.
I have no clue. So somebody told me that. Like I thought that was what was up.
let me look that up because I know that guy is from that band is from Hilliard, which is a suburb here. The singer's name, origin, Columbus, Ohio. Lead vocals. Okay, they are from Columbus, but it's not the same as Beartooth.
Okay.
So, but yeah, well, maybe. Let me look here. I might be wrong. Caleb.
Yeah, that's his name. I think that's the singer's name for
Yep.
Bear.
Yep. And it's the same guy from Attack Attack. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't know that he was in a previous band, but yeah, Beartooth's pretty kick ass.
Yeah, they're like super catchy, but it's still kind of, you know what I mean? They're heavy too. So
Right.
it's like, right. That's like my vibe. You know what I mean? I like to be able to understand it, but also, you know what I mean? Let's go. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't be like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, Christ, there's what, Beartooth, Starset.
yeah,
Uh,
start from there too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we've been actually pumping a lot of bands out of Columbus recently, and I mean, that's been really cool because I remember seeing Starset the first time, and he was talking about how he lived in these apartments over here that wasn't too far from the venue, and he'd sit out on his porch and listen. Like, man, I'm going to do that someday, and look at him now.
Now he's doing it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I love the fact that Columbus is really a big hot spot for rock music.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I
mean,
want to say man, Mushroom Head's been rolling through there for like 20 years or
oh
something,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just. I think one of the biggest problems is right now because I mean, you look at like the stadium tour with Def Leppard, Poison, Motley Crue.
Yeah,
Um,
they just had that here. Yeah.
right? They go to Cincinnati and Cleveland, but they skip Columbus because I think that where we used to have Rock on the Range,
Yeah.
that is kind of in limbo right now. They built a new stadium for the soccer team, so the other one's just sitting there, and I'm like, man, if I had the money to buy that place, that's what it would be permanently, just a big concert stadium.
Venue. Yeah,
Yeah,
just a
I mean,
venue.
it's great place to see a concert. I mean, I've seen Rock on the Range 2 or 3 times there, and I mean, awesome. Was always down on the field. And it would be nice. I think it would draw a little bit more of the bigger tours in here because I mean, otherwise they have to play indoors. And of course in the summertime,
Yeah.
everybody wants to play outdoors.
Yeah. Well, also you can't get the kids usually indoors. They
Right.
always, a lot of the indoor shows are not all ages. They're a little dude, you know what I mean? Like 18 and up or 21 and up.
Yeah. So what's I mean, typically what's your demographic, as far as what you see at your shows? Is it, young 20s or late teens or just kind of a
Um,
mix?
I want to say a mix. It also depends on like the venue, you know what I mean? And I want to say like some of the cities, like sometimes we will play like all ages shows, and then I feel like the all ages shows do have more kids and stuff. But then other nights we play like 21 and up, like clubs and bars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? When we're doing the bigger tours, we're usually the opener. You know what I mean? So on a lot of those tours that we've done, those have been like the 16 and up, you know what I mean? To where I feel like it's like a mixture. But
Right.
it really depends if it's an all age venue. I want to say it's way more like teenagers and young 20s and stuff. But if it's like once you hit like the 21 and up, it's like more like 20 to like 35 or something like that. Those are probably the age brackets you know what I mean, that are in those clubs and stuff.
Right. So what's one of your, I mean, can you think of like what is one of your favorite venues to play?
The machine shop, I always say that whenever anyone asks. The machine shop's lit for sure.
I've
Like,
heard that up in Michigan, right?
yeah, this guy Kevin owns it. He's like a big old like buff, like he looks like he'd be like, just beat a hole in somebody or something, but he's like super nice. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
but they have two like really good sound guys there. And we even travel with like an engineer and stuff, but like it's usually like whenever anybody plays there, they like let those guys do it because they're so good. I don't know if they're still there. I honestly haven't played there probably in like 5 or 6 years. But definitely that was like one of the best places, you know what I mean? Just they treat you good, it sounds good, it's always slammed, and the fans like in Flint are just like hyped. You know what I mean? They're just like ready to rage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I've seen I mean a lot of bands you'll see when they're doing um like you said runs, maybe a month or two run or whatever. That's always usually one of the ones that you see on there. As a matter of fact, I think it was 2 nights before Saliva came to town, they played there.
yeah.
So yeah. So love to go up there, man. Just never have. I heard it's a pretty killer venue.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. There ain't nothing else around there though. So if you're going, just go to the show and get a hotel like an hour back south there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, they got a good there's like, if it's still there, there's like a sub shop that's right by there too. We'd always go get a sub, you know what I mean? And then they got like this old broke down mall like across the street, I want to say. You know what I mean? It's like it's like all vintage, like weird, crazy stuff. But other than that, there's like nothing to do. You know what I mean? It didn't look like it anyway.
So just one last question. When you guys after this fall or this little run here in July, are you getting back into the studio or are you getting back out on the roads with some, a bigger type tour or, what's your plans for the future?
We actually have a bunch of music recorded right now. We're tentatively always writing, you know what I mean? We feel like we can't stop with the way that, social media is and stuff. We have to have something to give you guys.
Right.
So we just dropped Electric Powder, and then I'd say when we get back from tour, we got like another 8, 12 songs. We might only drop like 5 of them, then we're being like real picky about what we're releasing. So I'd say we'll probably release like 1 or 2 more songs this year. And then I'm pretty sure we got a tour coming up in November, but I can't like specify details, I guess, until everything's signed or whatever. But
I hear that a lot.
yeah, it's like I want to say like 90% sure that we'll be on tour again in November, and then we'll probably chill out for the holidays. We usually don't do nothing, you know what I mean? We're not trying to be on tour on, like around like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. We usually go back and then end up in the studio or probably around like January or February.
Okay.
But then we'll probably be still releasing music like every 2 or 3 months, you know what I mean, until the end of time, because we have to, you know what I mean? So
Right. Well, that seems to be the trend. I mean, most of the people that I talk to are like, well, we're kind of releasing them. Some people are quicker. They're like, I'm releasing one every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Some people are every couple months, 4 months, whatever. And I mean, whatever works best for you. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure. I like to kind of see what it does, like, you know what I mean? And I feel like if you're dropping them too fast, you don't get to see what the last one did, you know what I mean? But if you don't drop it close enough together, then you see like the algorithms and stuff will differ.
Right.
Like I feel like if we're dropping like a video and then it's like a song and then a video, it's like all my Facebook numbers and Instagram, it's like everybody's watching it more. And then it's like if you don't drop nothing for like a month, when you come back, you have to post like 10 times to get your algorithm thing, working again. So you got to stay consistent.
Well, I can see here that Electric Powder, right now, you guys posted 10 days ago, has 29,000 views.
Yep. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, we usually the last couple, I mean, we only got like I want to say like, close to like a quarter of a million plays on them. And then what I mean, those have been like the last couple singles that we've been doing, but what I mean, we're trying to get one to go like viral. What I mean? We got like a good niche little following everywhere, but we're like right there to, turning it up to where I feel like we could be, headlining more of these venues instead of being like, the first or second band or something. You know what I mean?
Gotcha, man. All right. Well, Kyle, I appreciate your time. Again, I apologize for having to reschedule.
Oh yeah, no worries. It actually worked out better for me because I was like, I had, I like ate and stuff, and I was like gonna plan everything early. So I mean, no worries. I appreciate you.
all right, dude. Well, I will get this edited and everything and up on YouTube, and we'll send it to Shauna. She can send you a link or whatever.
Yeah, we'll definitely share it and everything too, and then I'll check it out. I was checking out some of your other videos and stuff. So
Okay. Well, cool. I appreciate that.
yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate you.
So, all right. Well, you have a good evening, buddy.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Later.